What's up, everyone? Welcome to Among the Fence, my YouTube channel writing music reviews. My name is Aaron, and today we're going to be talking about some new music being released for June 2nd on this week's New Music Friday. I'm going to give my personal thoughts and opinions on what I think we could expect from some of these new releases. And if I missed something you guys are looking forward to, please leave a comment below letting me know what it is. And if you want to help support my channel, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell icon. But if you want to continue seeing my videos, don't forget to give this video a like, especially if you want to see any reviews on any of the stuff that's mentioned today. Because just because you're subscribed and want notifications doesn't mean that it's going to put, I don't know, YouTube's algorithm is weird. Doesn't mean it's going to put my videos in front of your face unless if you interact with it, and liking it is the best way to do that. But anyways, let's talk about some new music. Avenged Sevenfold is releasing a new album titled Life is But a Dream. It's been 7 years since they released their last album, The Stage, which is one of my favorite albums. But that amount of time, I feel like it really shows, specifically with the last two singles they've released. They sound really tired. The vocals sound tired. The riffs are not very fresh sound. I don't know, man. I'm just really hoping that this album has songs on it that are a little bit more redeeming, just because Avenged Sevenfold, they used to be one of my favorite bands, and then they kind of fell off, and then they released The Stage, and they really showed that they got it. So I really hope that this album has some of the deeper cuts are, you know, I just want them to be good. I know people like to crap on this band now, and I want them to be able to shut up about that. And we also have a new album from Foo Fighters titled But Here We Are. And this is another kind of favorite band from the past. I've really struggled with the Foo Fighters for their past couple releases. Their last album, to me, it wasn't very good, and I don't really expect this one to get much better, because I feel like they've gotten really comfortable in their writing process and their sound, and it makes money, so it's just working, and lots of people can listen to it. It gets a lot of new fans involved, keeps all the old fans kind of happy because they've grown to like that sound. Me personally, I don't know, I can't get into it. Every single song is just really radio friendly, and their last album seemed like a parody of itself, so it's just really hard for me to get into it. And we have a new album from Tigercub titled The Perfume of Decay. A friend showed me this band, I don't know, probably about a year or so ago, and they're like a heavy, chaotic, alternative indie band, and I just love their out-of-box style of songwriting and just different sounds that they use. It's just absolutely brilliant. The singles, however, I'm not really a single guy anyways, so take most of what I say based off of singles with a grain of salt, because I don't know, I don't normally really like singles that much. But the singles on this, they didn't really impress me all that much. I'm hoping that the full album will deliver some bangers, but I also know that about myself. So when I hear singles that I know I don't really care for them all that much, lots of times when I listen to the album, that's where I finally get it. Even the singles sound good. So I'm still having hopes for basically all of these releases, maybe even Foo Fighters, I guess you could say, but they're one of the bands on this New Music Friday where I feel like you basically get what you get with their singles. Speaking of new singles, Sylosis is releasing a new song titled Passion for the Lost. They're just a super underrated death metal band. I expect this one to be very heavy and very groovy, because I feel like they're kind of settling into that sound a little more. However, I feel like they've kind of backed themselves into a corner of sounding theส I guess you could say. Just doing something a little different for this band would really help them sound fresh and help them stand out a little bit more. It's so hard. So many people don't know about this band, and the people that do, they forget about them. Like me, I always forget about this band until they release something, and I'm like, oh yeah, this band's great, or who are they again? And I go back and I listen to one of their albums, or I just scroll through their albums, like, oh yeah, this band's sick. So yeah, if they just did something just a little bit different, I don't even know how, but yeah, they've kind of backed themselves into a corner just sounding the same. I feel like that would help them out a lot. We also get two singles from the band Code Orange titled Grooming My Replacement and The Game. I gotta admit, I didn't really care for this band that much at all when they first came out. I'm not a huge fan of industrial metal or new metal. I've kind of grown out of it. So it wasn't very appealing to me, especially when they released Underneath. I don't know, people were so hyped on it. I just couldn't get it. But I gotta admit, it's grown on me a lot. it just seems to get better and better with each listen, like to the point to where I didn't even care about reviewing it just because I found it so uninteresting. Even when a band releases an album that'd be a bad album, because it's all subjective. If something just isn't appealing to me, but it's interesting, I feel like there's something here to talk about, I'll still talk about it. But this was even just, it just wasn't interesting. So I just never did a review on it. But I am excited to hear some of their new music now that I am kind of getting into them. I feel like it's finally just clicked and I finally get it. And now I'm able to enjoy it a little bit more. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. And Bilmuri is releasing a new single titled Boutta Cashew. It's very impressive to me that he manages to just drop like top tier EPs. His last album came out, or I guess his last EP came out last October. So, I mean, not even a full year ago, like 10 months ago or something, like 8 months ago. So, I mean, it's crazy to me that he's able to just keep pumping out, and he doesn't wait. He comes out with a new song and he's like, here it is. He doesn't wait. You know, I'm going to give it a year, give my other albums some time to breathe, or no, he just does it. And he's got kind of the same problem as Sylosis, where he's starting to sound sort of the same to me with more of these releases. I love the music. I mean, it sounds fantastic. Same with Sylosis, even though, like I said, it sounds kind of the same. It still is great, but I don't know, his older stuff, it just sounded a little bit more fresh to me. And now each time I'm like, okay, I know what to expect when I listen to Bilmuri. Where in the past, it's like, what's this next song going to be? What's this new feature going to be like? And I feel like, again, if he just switched it up somehow, his sound is so specific, though, it's really hard for me to, like, I don't know. I don't know how he could switch it up. But if he could just do something a little bit different, I feel like it would stand out more. But at the same time, he doesn't really have to, because it's fantastic. We also get a new single from Within Destruction. I guess it's a feature of Asiaboy, maybe? I don't know. They're collabing together on a new song titled Vengeance. We've come a very, very long way since the release of my favorite album of theirs, Death Wish. And I gotta admit, I haven't liked much of their music since then. They found success with more of a mainstream kind of sound. It doesn't sound bad, but to me it just sounds really a borderline soulless, just because they're definitely getting more fans because of it. And of course, it's a good thing. You know, you want a band to be successful and be able to support themselves, but it just, I don't know, it's going more radio play and less, it's taking on more synth stuff and less instruments, which I'm always very much against. If you have a band that has, you know, drums, guitar players, and stuff like that, you should be able to hear them. And I feel like they're going down the path of that being gone. It's not completely gone yet, but much like the last Dayseeker album, I mean, they have band members, but you wouldn't know it listening to that album. And that's just the biggest problem I had with that for me. And I feel like Within Destruction is going that route. Hopefully, again, they always have some kind of bangers on their albums. So I'm sure I probably won't like this single, because like I said, I'm not really a single kind of guy. But I'm just hoping that the new album kind of brings it back around. I mean, it doesn't have to be heavy. The instruments, they're such good musicians, and it just sucks when you can't hear them. And that is it for New Music Friday. Like I said before, if I missed something that you're looking forward to, leave a comment below letting me know what it is. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, please don't forget to like this video. If you hate this video even, feel free to give it a dislike, because that helps out with the algorithm as well. And if you want to help support my channel, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell icon. Doing any of that stuff just helps me out tremendously, and I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to me just sit here and talk about music. And I hope you have a good rest of your day or night whenever you happen to be watching this. And I will talk to you guys next time. I was trying to make it relying on